Hello, my name's Mr. John Foden. I'm going to teach you a little bit about facts and figures. They tried to admit me to one of them wards or psychiatric wards. Do you know something? Let me explain a bit more. I had to teach them a lot of things. And do you know something? When you're working as a job, like say your father's a policeman or a close friend, you virtually want to be one. Unless they've really mistreated you, then you don't want to be one. See? So simple as that, but most people want to follow in footsteps of a friend or family. Now, let me explain a bit more. I was called a paedophile for 6 years all the time. I was on a list, which you can imagine not many people could stick out, especially if they're being conned left, right and centre by, well, different matters of that list. Signage for physio, wrong prescriptions, everything. We don't go into too much detail. But while I was in hospital where they tried to admit me, when I was giving them advice, this geezer, the reason why I can't get in trouble for this, remember, it's about me. And I didn't mention the man's name. Remember that, people. He didn't even know that you needed therapy. Now, a qualified nurse agreed with me. You need therapy to help you go in balmy. Right? That's fact. Otherwise, you will be going balmy. People usually hide who they really are and what they are, right? For instance, let me explain. I got out of a situation, guess why? A man was calling me a pedo for 6 years. Virtually, I said, why? He's been calling me for 6 years. He doesn't want to be a celebrity. He doesn't want to be in the news. He doesn't want to be on the paper. Stop Express, Match Evening News. Do you know why? Because he is what people hide who they really are. This man in hospital, like I said, I'm not saying it now, realise I'm saying it, but let's test you. I actually said, you need therapy if you're getting and looking after psychiatric people. The man didn't even know how to stop him committing suicide on one of the other YouTube channel, I tell you. Do you know something? No. He was pathetic. I'm allowed an opinion. It was about me. He doesn't know, and if you're saying this about him, you're wrong, because the situation I was in was around me. He was looking after me, and he doesn't know how to solve a situation. There's a gentleman in a car, actually, calling me one of these, and I said I can control karma. I got told he crashed his car. One got the sack from McDonald's for calling me, saying I was going out with him. But remember, when you've got a problem, the problem is usually what you've got yourself. You're calling other people to get out your situation. Fact, not theory. Now, I know people say comments, but listen, let's get down to the top and bottom. Remember, people say things, like for instance, people want to come bouncers, right? That bouncer, that lady bouncer, who was mentioned about in the previous video, she said who she was. She actually told me she had a friend and, that she was, virtually, I won't say her name because I'm polite, but I will tell you she did say she was a lesbian, right? Now, these days you can be what you want long as you're not committing a crime. Pedos are very, very bad. That's what I got blamed as. Now, this taxi driver got paid back by karma, crashed his car. That's what I got told. The one got the sack. We won't go into too much detail. Remember, it's happened already. He was calling me. People's getting yellow tickets in cars. Let me explain a bit more, because people don't even listen. What you gotta know is one thing. When someone wants to be something or do something, it's because they are usually one themselves. Just like the guy who was calling me gay and going out. In fact, the guy who said I was going out with him, actually, guess what? What do you think? He could be one himself. But that's my opinion. But what do you think? Is someone blaming you for something? They're getting out of a situation what they really are. Just like I told you about that, how can I put it? Gay who could have been in the paper, Stop What's Best, Man TV News, and all over the show, calling me and prove a point. The reason why he didn't is because he was one. See, people don't wake up and learn. There's no edit it down a bit more, because people don't listen. What you need to know, like I was saying before, and if you didn't listen, I'm saying it now, just testing how good you really are, and testing out if you've got a problem. Because I haven't got a problem. The reason why I haven't got a problem, I may suffer from non-epileptic attack disorder like virtually everyone is now because of one reason: stress, anxiety, and other things, right, which I've mentioned. But you can catch it by different things, right? But anyway, getting to the point, I was put on one of them, an award. Now, you're not going to tell me if you're in there for 16 years, you're not going to catch that illness. Come on, don't be daft. You catch it even after people are catching it and dying just after a couple of 5 or 10, well, that's a bit exaggeration, 5 or 10 minutes. It's usually after, let's see, talking about 2 months, you can catch it. But listen, I sticked out for 6 years. All the garbage I was put through, plenty of bad things, straight jackets, padded boxes, a lot. There was only one man who was good. That was Mr. Mike Coyle. He was an Olympic judo expert and a kind man at that. He was very, very, very kind. Now, let me explain. Because I went there, I was allocated to, I was classed as virtually, well, if you all got classed as epileptic when I was diagnosed, guess what? They didn't even know then. If you deal with doctor deals with two subjects who go where the money is, remember, money's money. And guess what? Psychiatric I am. I've had muck put on me for 10 years. As soon as I changed doctor to who deals with one subject, bingo, he knew what was up with me. Now this thing is, people can say this and this. I've had comments put on my phone, right? Stating this and the other. Load of garbage. What people have got to realise is what people say are what people are. They're escaping from a problem of what they've got. Now you think I could be talking garbage. If you're a thief, would you blame it on yourself? No, you wouldn't. You blame it on somebody else. Proof is in the pudding. Dead right. If you've, anything you've done something wrong, doesn't matter what it is. For instance, if you've got £1 million, you don't have to tell everybody. So you just say you haven't, because you don't know one flipping robbing you, do you? See what I mean? I'm not stupid. There's proof again in the pudding. No, even a nurse agreed with me when I said people need therapy. The man said he doesn't have therapy. So he's looking after patients who flipping, poorly. He doesn't even give himself therapy. That means he's got a problem. So problems look after problems. That's disgusting. This educated nurse agreed with me, by the way, when I was going to be put in one of these places. And now remember, if you're blaming someone for something, you usually got a problem yourself. And guess what? Nowadays, you can even have kids. That's kids. I'm not saying everybody is. Remember, I don't commit slander. You can have kids and also be whatever, bi or probably gay with yourself, man or woman. Sorry, man or woman, man and man, and woman or woman. See? The law's changed, and something's ridiculous. But then again, there would be a nice thing if a woman could only have a woman's baby and a man could only have a man. Sorry, I got it wrong. Sorry, I do apologise. Remember, I'm on the ball. Stop myself straight away. A man can only have a woman's baby and a woman can only have a man's baby. That's because I disbelieve, and I think it's wrong to make someone they don't want to be. If, things like that, they could adopt them, right? Maybe never have a child with the same sex if you're gay. Two gays, men, it's wrong to have a man. Because that is up to the individual kid growing up what they want to be. It's not up to parents. Everyone has a different mind. Let me explain. You don't know what would happen. For one, if that kid's adopted. The girl, if they mix with men, and the child would have his own point of view and be able to do his own thing. Likewise with the other. See what I mean? The women had a man's. Then no domestic abuse and no, things like that. The thing is, when people blame you for things, just like I told you before, like, we won't go into this. You've heard me long enough. You must have a vague idea what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you'd have to know what I thought. But remember, don't blame anyone for anything. Keep to the law. Do good. And remember, if you are ill, I'm not saying what I get. There's plenty of billions of people out there who are ill. Just actually think what you can do and how you can earn money. See, I'm not allowed to actually say, so I've said it in a different way. That's what you call educated. And don't worry one bit, I'm not stupid, and there's things you can get as well. Right, I've not said, and that's nothing to do with the money. I am really on the ball. I don't like people suffering, and it's wrong. If it wasn't for Dr. Peter Clough, one consultant did two subjects, you think about it. I've been through muck all my life, treated like garbage. Hope you learn from this. Good luck to the nice people, and remember, what I say is usually true. And I proved it just then. Depending on who you want to be, that's who you're with, close friends and family, or maybe, close friends or family. That's what you want to be usually. Not always, mind you. Remember, you got to tell the truth. And I tell the truth. Anyway, I've not had on long enough. Good luck and good karma to the nice people. I hope you get it. My name is Mr. John Foden.